Hey, Rock Metal Nation, John here of the Rock Metal Podcast. Just want to let you know that when recording today's episode, not one technical difficulty arose during the recording process that wasn't out of the ordinary for a routine Skype call. However, during playback and editing, it was apparent that occasionally the audio quality does dip in and out with a few echoes here and there. I've tried to minimize the issues as best as possible for your listening pleasure, though do know that Elevation Falls is a fantastic group of people with lots of good things to say and some great tunes to share, so please excuse any technical difficulties during the interview and enjoy. The Rock Metal Podcast, episode 40 with Elevation Falls. Rock Metal Nation, I've got on the line today Elevation Falls, a female-fronted rock band from Ireland, and I'm super stoked to have them on. Guys, welcome to the show.
Hey!
I'm doing well. How are you guys? How is life over there today?
Great. It's actually sunny for once.
Yeah.
It's still cold.
Still freezing, but it's sunny.
Wow. All right, then. Raining at all? What does it snow there? How does things go? How does it work?
It pretty much rains. Rains.
It's fierce mild.
Fierce mild. Because it's minus 20 here with like a foot of snow. So I was just curious as to like what freezing meant.
Yeah, pretty much the rain is what we get hit with the most.
All right. Fantastic. So why don't you guys tell Rock Metal Nation a bit about yourselves, maybe what inspired you guys to get into music?
Well, I think the main thing is all of us came from a musical background in some way. Like, my parents both played music when I was a child, so I grew up with them recording and writing and playing instruments, and I think I just followed suit. And it's a similar story, definitely, for Chris and Dara.
My mum and dad were musicians both since they were 15 and 16, so I just kind of followed the road, followed the journey.
And Corey,
well, my uncle plays music most of the time, and I wanted to get into music because of him.
Yeah.
Really.
And then Chris is your dad.
Yeah, when I was growing up, and I was living with my dad, he used to just kind of bang out some tunes on his acoustic guitar that he didn't know how to play.
Family relations got us into it. We grew up with it, basically. It wasn't just... It
didn't just happen one day,
we were born...
Yeah. We're just walking down the road and you're like, well, I'm going to play the guitar. And then it just...
Yeah. Well, that can happen.
I think it's kind of something, like, when it comes to picking up an instrument, it's something that... You're
born with.
Yeah, well, like, I find that when you see someone like Slash or, Scott Gorham or Zach Wild or whoever it is that influences you, the second you see them playing a guitar and you're like, that's what I want to do.
Yeah.
I'm sure it's the same for bassists and drummers and singers.
Yeah.
You know what you want.
True. Very true.
All right, my next question is, what is the story behind how you guys all found each other?
Now, that's a very long story.
Take it away, Hazel.
Take it away, Hazel.
She's the longest band member, so...
Yeah. Well, the band originally held auditions in 2012. I was a solo artist beforehand, and I wanted to have a band because I was a young artist, and I found it very lonely as a solo artist, to be honest. So I said I wanted to get a band together and start playing rock music. We held the auditions 2012. 2013, we had the name and everything done. First music videos, first songs, everything. We'd done our big gigs, been to London, all this kind of stuff. And then here we are today with this lineup, and this is the lineup that is going to push to be famous, basically, and to be out there, is what I would say. That's how the band pretty much came along, and it's had its ups and downs through the years, but we've always stuck together. And Chris, the one of the guitarists, has been in the band for... Well, he was in the band, and he was kicked out because he was shit. And,
I wouldn't say that. It was just I wasn't in sober mind.
he was kicked out, and then we brought him back because he actually got a bit better.
No, it's sobered up.
Just a little bit better, though. Just a little bit.
He's still quite rock and roll.
Yeah.
But we brought him back, and you've been in the band now straight for 2.5 years or something.
Yeah.
And before that,
clean for 2.5.
Clean. Chris is very clean. And then Dara's been in the band for a year.
Yeah.
But we actually auditioned him when he was 16.
Yeah,
for the band.
I couldn't join the band because I was living too far away, and I was in my final year of school, so it didn't suit. But it was meant to be because when I left, Chris replaced me.
Yeah, and that's how we got Chris.
But then the first guitarist left, then I came in, so then me and Chris met each other, and we played very well together. So it kind of worked.
They worked out brilliantly. And then the most recent addition to the band is Corey, right beside me. He's the new one. He's the new one.
He looks young and fresh.
He's
some fresh meat.
Fresh meat to destroy.
He looks confused about things. It's great.
Yeah, well, it was kind of one of those things. Like sometimes transitions between members can be quite difficult, is what I would say. But Corey was the most easiest ever that we've experienced because we already knew Corey anyway. Unfortunately, our last drummer, his commitment issues he just had trouble with balancing out his job and his life and everything. Like, we're going away for things like 5 weeks overseas, and he can't take 5 weeks from his job for that. So we were very lucky to literally just know Corey, and he picked up all the songs pretty much in a practice. So, yeah, we're not complaining.
Sounds good. Now, you mentioned that you had the name settled in around 2013. What inspired the name Elevation Falls?
We were falling. In an elevator. Yes.
Okay. No, it was pretty much... we were the band when it was first formed. We were all very young teenagers, and I'm talking about we were all ages 15 to I think the oldest was 18, and that was one member. So we were all extremely young at the time, and we were all trying to be rock and roll and cool and all stuff. So we literally all wrote out different names on a piece of paper, and there was one called Angel Bite and Cherubs.
Angel biting you.
All this kind of stuff. But there was one that was written down, and it was Elevation Falls. And we just thought that kind of fit because we were thinking...
It doesn't sound as bad as all the other ones.
Yeah. It was mainly because your whole life... Shut up. Your whole life is going up and down constantly. 1 minute you're okay, the next minute you're not. But that's what makes us who we are. And I think it's also what makes us like great writers, performers, and everything. And it's what has written some of the best songs in the world is the fact that your life goes up and down constantly. So it kind of stuck. Elevation Falls just made sense because 1 minute you're elevated, the next minute you feel like you're falling.
Like,
Well, yeah, like you're in an elevator, Chris.
Exactly. Now, speaking of great writing about the ups and downs, when you guys get together to write songs, what's that process like?
Yeah, go on, Dara. Dara, take it away.
What's the writing process like with all of us together?
Yes.
In fairness, it's quite easy.
Yes.
Because we're all on the same wavelength, is what I'd say. We kind of, because it's never difficult. We never really disagree, and everybody kind of accepts constructive criticism. So.
Well, like, we know the style we're going for, so the consistency of the style of what we're writing is kind of big. So,
True.
You know, when it comes to some of the songs that we will be recording, they don't all sound the same. They're all the same style.
Well, you'd know it was Elevation Falls, and you wouldn't think it's another imitation band. That's the best way to put it. You'd know it's our sound.
We're not copy. We're not trying to rip anyone off.
No.
We're doing our own thing. We have influences as does everyone else, but we're doing our own thing.
Exactly.
All right. Speaking of doing your own thing, let's go listen to the first song, Goodbye to You.
And when they wait for you, do you feel something? Does it do something for you? So many eyes unscrewed, they see nothing, want to see nothing. Statistic that you are. What is your number? Are you a number? And fake she played her cards. Child, you went under. You fell right under the machine. Makes you so valuable. Images flash round, circle the world, circle the world. Turning up, switching out, closing down, turning around, goodbye.
All right, coming back from the song Goodbye to You, what was the story or inspiration behind that track?
That was a song written for Syria when all the stuff was going on over there. It still is going on over there. But that's a broad term. I don't want to explain it.
Yeah, why don't you tell us what was going on? I don't think we have an hour and a half.
All the
that picture of that little boy or whatever?
Oh yes, yeah, that's what it's about. Pretty much, it was written for that. It was actually for a charity company who were raising money for all the people over in Syria and all the refugees and stuff, and we decided to write a song for them to represent the charity company, and it ended up just becoming really famous, famously known because of that. It became known because of the reason we wrote it. So that's why that was written.
No, super deep stuff.
We like to write songs that can probably can connect to people around the world from our perspective. You know, that's the best way of putting it. That's what the lyrics would be really based off.
All right, let's go listen to the next track. What Will Be.
Time went back, I could react. The words once said, silenced or dead. will be a different long road of life untold. My breath was held seconds, oh seconds to tell. Now I don't wanna be a failure. Maybe I could be your savior. No, I don't wanna be a failure. What will be? Floor 13 doesn't exist, so they say. More for me, I seem to live, they say. Floor 13 doesn't exist, so they say. More for me, I seem to live, they say. My breath was held seconds to feel, to tell, to tell. Now I don't wanna be your failure. Maybe I could be your savior. No, I don't wanna be your failure. What will you be? Now I don't wanna be your failure. Maybe I could be your savior. Now I don't wanna be your failure. What will be? What will be? What will be? Oh, what will be? Why will you fail? I don't wanna be your savior. I'm not gonna be your failure. What will yours be?
Okay, so coming back from What Will Be, which I will say is the first acoustic track ever aired on this show.
Ooh!
Yeah. Rock and roll.
Mm-hmm. VH1 Unplugged now on the Rock Metal Podcast. So, similar question: what is the story or inspiration behind What Will Be?
Take it away, Hazel.
It's like when,
Hazel talk. Okay.
it's like when you're making a cake. You know, what will this be like? You know?
Yeah, that sounds about cake. Just so you
Now,
know.
that is actually, in fairness, me and Chris woke up one day after we had a band night out, and we slept in the same bed together. And we woke up and we were like,
filthy like that.
we were like, let's bake a cake.
All right.
And we were like,
What Will Be was written about us growing as people, changing from where we started in music to where we are now. And I will kick you people in the face behind me. There's so much love. And
I like how serious you said that. That's really shows how serious of a concept the song is.
The funny thing is, it is a serious song.
it's one of those songs that it means an absolute heap to me. Like, I love that song to bits.
Like it does.
Oh, hello, Belinda.
It does actually say, like, if you could change things, when you look back, if you could change things, would you?
Yeah.
And then you realise that you wouldn't be where you are
If you did.
if things had changed.
It's basically a way of looking at it. You've gone through life, you've changed, you've gone through everything. And as I said, the video that we put to the acoustic version and uploaded was us a lot of us when we were like 15. 14 and stuff, and we weren't in the band at the time. And like my clip was one of me when I was 15, and I was a solo artist. I think it was one of my first gigs on my own where I was performing original stuff. So yeah, that was the worst. I swear to God. Do you guys want to talk? Do you guys want to talk about penises?
No, because
that'll make you more happy.
basically what she's saying,
Especially that one with the long hair in the back. I bet he's interested.
That's why I've been staying back here.
no,
He's
because you
always
see,
in the back.
basically the song, when it comes to life, it kind of has layers, kind of like a cake.
Like a
Especially, right? There you go. We've
like
talked
a
about
rainbow
songs. Yeah, it's a rainbow cake, just
Yeah,
an hour.
exactly.
LGBT.
There you go. But yeah, that's what it's about. It's about cake.
Cool. So it's kind of like the butterfly effect.
I was going to say that, and I was like, no, that's pushing it.
But you talk about cake. It's all
No,
fine.
because cake is believable, but that was good. That was a great movie.
Yes.
All right. Butterfly cakes and rainbow cakes. Sweet. So what exciting news do you guys have coming up for Rock Metal Nation to pay attention to?
Too much news. A lot of news. It's just it. Well, first, this is the first interview that we have Corey here, so that's the first thing. This is his debut interview.
You're fired.
Nice.
Welcome, Corey. How did it feel?
How's it feel?
I don't
How does
I
that
don't
feel?
know.
Does that feel good? Sorry.
Does the viewers think this feels good? How does it feel, Corey?
Feels good. It feels good. That's how it feels. That's how I'm feeling.
It feels dirty, doesn't it?
It feels right.
It feels like a cake.
It feels right. It feels like a cake.
It feels like a cake.
It feels right, but it feels wrong at the
Yeah,
same time.
yeah.
But he's happy.
I am happy.
Yeah. And the other
News.
the news,
Yeah.
the other news is we are going into the recording studio on the 17th and 18th of February, which is in 2 weeks, and that's when we're going to start recording our album. So we're very excited to do that.
That's the start of the next venture.
Next
and
venture,
then that's in preparation for a tour
which
that
is
we're,
in
that
summer.
we're hoping to accomplish during the summer.
Not hoping.
It is happening.
It's going well. I mean, hoping in the sense that nobody bleeding
Dies
falls
on it.
off the cliff or something.
Eats too much cake.
Freudian slips there about cake. We're hoping to do it. What like, is it like a UK tour or?
UK in Europe. We've got our van that we have, that we're RV. We've got an RV ready, and we can't wait. We're 6 people on the same bus,
It's gotta get a bit smelly.
and it's going to be absolutely amazing because it's going to be every night gigging, which is our dream, and then in the daytime we're going to be doing interviews and TV appearances and everything. This has all been lined up by a tour company for us. So this is big this summer. And of course we'll have the album done and dusted and released by then. So all of the songs that are on the album will be performed on the tour. So
And more.
and more. We'll have more by then.
And we're all right, Rock Metal Nation. If you dug the tracks you heard today, then definitely look forward to a new album coming out from Elevation Falls. They are going to be recording that, and it said it was like February 15th, 16th, somewhere around there.
Yeah, but we're gonna release it in, I think we're going for May. April May release. So pretty much getting everybody used to the music, and then when they see us on tour, they can all sing along.
All right,
So-
you guys can sing along and bring cake.
Yeah.
But it has to be multiple kind of like velvet cake. And
Yeah. We need chocolate cake,
Sponge.
definitely.
All right.
And then you
Squash cake.
After that, you do loads of biker rallies.
We've a load of biker rallies. We're really in with the Hells Angels in Ireland and Belfast, and we've a lot of gigs lined up in August with them. So
they're a really fun crowd.
they are so cool. They are
Very
really
nice.
cool. They always have burgers.
Yeah.
Somebody, food mentioned several times. Are you guys hungry?
Burgers, oh dear.
Yeah.
We're really
That's what we do in our spare time.
We are going to food after this.
I know. And those two in the back are hungry for love. So then we've got a UK Europe tour going to be going on, Rock Metal Nation. So if you were in the UK, you were in Europe, definitely look for Elevation Falls. They're going to be playing all of their new stuff, which you're going to be hearing in springtime.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah, that's spring. Yeah, no, we're just thinking where's spring. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah,
So
late spring.
check it out.
Don't eat yellow snow. That's all.
Don't eat.
Don't eat yellow snow, not unless it's laced with cake and given by another man that you slept with. Anyway, go ahead and how can Rock Metal Nation find out more about you?
Yeah, at www.elevationfalls.com you can find all of our published music, all upcoming shows,
Yeah.
blog
Reverb
updates
Nation.
about all the members of the band.
Yeah.
So, and there's some cool merch going up soon as well. So.
That is very true. And then you'll also be able to purchase our album from the website, I suspect.
And you can use it as a coaster or multiple uses.
Multiple uses. You can take the paper and put it over there,
Frisbee,
Good.
very bad.
Square Frisbee. It's working well.
Do what you people.
We're great at promoting our own album that is not even recorded yet.
I get that vibe. Okay, so Rock Metal Nation, go ahead and go to elevationfalls.com. If you are a social media light, you can also go to facebook.com/elevationfalls. They're also available on Instagram, Snapchat, Twitter, and I believe I heard a SoundCloud in there somewhere.
Reverb.
And Reverb Nation. Are you guys on Spotify?
Yes, we are. So you get us on Spotify. Just search Elevation Falls and we're there.
Yeah.
And you get all our other released music.
Perfect.
So,
All right. Well, is there anything else you guys want to throw out there? Just wanted to thank you for coming on, taking some time, and sharing Elevation Falls with Rock Metal Nation.
Thanks for having me.
Thanks very much for having us.
If time went back, I could react. The words once said.
All right, Rock Metal Nation. Hopefully you just found your new favorite band, Elevation Falls. Thanks again for them for coming on and sharing their music with us. Make sure to head over to www.therockmetalpodcast.ca to check out all the information from the show you just heard today. And until then, rock on, Rock Metal Nation.